therapist and communication strategist, Shelly-Ann to share her thoughts on the abortion debate. Good evening, Ms. Weeks, and thank you for joining us as always.
Good evening. Thank you so much for having me. Wow, what a news week it has been. I'm so happy that we're talking about abortion. Just trying to keep up with all the headlines. So yes, abortion is on everybody's lips, and of course, you know, it's a topic that gets a lot of persons passionate. It has broken up relationships. It has won and lost elections around the world. But personally, I think abortion is a medical procedure that really only requires the opinion and the thoughts of the woman who's pregnant, her medical professional, and well, anybody else who she decides to share it with. Now, there's a plethora of reasons why an abortion may be required, and I'm not here to litigate them, except to point out that some of those reasons has to do with preserving the life of the mother. Instead, I'm going to take a few minutes to highlight some other important points that we should examine if we want to clearly demonstrate why abortions must be legalized in Jamaica, because it is a safe medical procedure that should be made available to Jamaican women who find themselves needing it. Now, the first thing I want to point out is banning abortion does not reduce or get rid of the need for the procedure. Let's just start there. 6 out of 10 unintended pregnancies end up in an induced abortion. Around 45% of all abortions are unsafe. Listen to that number. The number of abortions that are done around the world, according to the WHO, is 73 million. Of that, 45% are unsafe. I'm going to allow you to do the maths on that. Each year, 4.7 to 13.2 maternal deaths can be attributed to unsafe abortion. In developed countries, it's an estimated 30 women die for every 100,000 unsafe abortion, while in developing countries like ours, 220 deaths per 100,000 are attributed to unsafe abortion. Now, it was important for me to show that data because women are dying because of unsafe abortions. That's literally what we're talking about. Another important point is countries that have legal abortions actually perform less abortions than countries with abortion bans. And this is by Amnesty International. Right now, the numbers are 37 abortions per 1,000 in countries where abortions are illegal versus 34 per 1,000 in countries that broadly allow abortions. Even though the statistic is not that significant, it is just showing you that having an abortion ban does not stop the need for or the procedure of abortion from happening. Another thing that we don't talk about enough is that abortions is not just a woman problem. Men are affected by unwanted pregnancies too. As a matter of fact, they will give the money to the woman so she can go have the procedure done. They don't want a child that they don't have any plans for either. So this is not just a problem that women are trying to, inconvenience the society on. Now, this other point really bothers me, is that the penalty for rape in Jamaica, these are Jamaican statistics, the penalty for rape, which is a minimum imprisonment of 15 years, is less severe than the penalty for abortion, which is life in prison after said rape. Just let that marinate in your brain for a second. So that just says to me that abortion bans is not about preserving the life of the child, which is the story that we are told. It's really about controlling women and women's bodies. Now, abortion bans also specifically target a set of women who are already alone and desperate and turn them into criminals. What do I mean? Wealthy women don't have to worry if abortions are legal or not, because they have access with their funds to doctors who will perform the procedure for them for a fee, and they can even fly out our jurisdiction and go into jurisdictions that have legal abortion and do the procedure there. Meanwhile, poor women, Jamaican women who are already desolate, who already don't have the money, have to face the mercy of a medical professional who will do it under the table in a clandestine style, and then they are left at risk because if there is any challenges with the procedure, they have no recourse. Now they have to show up in our public hospitals and use whatever resources are there to fix what this botched procedure got them because they were not able to go and properly do it in a legal, safe way and get the procedure done. Now this is probably the worst offense of it all. We have given the full responsibility of childbearing, of pregnancy, to the woman. We have taken away all the responsibility from the person who provides the sperm, even though it is a joint effort to make that unwanted pregnancy to begin with. So my proposition is, I think since we already have illegal abortions, we should also mandate vasectomies for pubescent boys. And we should prove his responsibility. He needs to show that he is mentally, financially, psychologically, emotionally prepared to become a father in a court of law. And then the procedure can be reversed so that he can be able to reproduce. Now I know that this suggestion might make some of you very uncomfortable because the thought of imposing laws on the bodies of men is unthinkable. And we must really stop and say, but we are already imposing laws on the bodies of women. So why would this make us uncomfortable? You see what I'm saying? Now my final note is this. Comprehensive sexual and reproductive health education is critically needed in schools to empower Jamaicans to make responsible sexual choices. We cannot continue to leave young people ignorant in the name of protecting them, and then they are left unable to navigate the challenges of life without the tools at their disposal, including the ability to choose if and when they reproduce. We must legalize abortion in this country if we intend to meet the goals that we have set for ourselves, to become a place where people can live, grow, open business, and send their children to school. All of these great plans that we have. We must free half the population so that we can have full autonomy over our bodies and be able to decide if and when we reproduce. Legalize abortion right now.